Ditmar Kumar from 1914 here, and the French webzine and radio
United
zine,
Rock Nation.
United Rock Nation.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect, Ditmar. So thank you very much to be with me for this interview of your band, 1914, and for the new album. My first question, I want to know, how do you do to be so fast recognized in the black metal scene with only 7 years of formation of 1914?
I don't know, actually. 1%, 100%. Honestly, don't understand how, because I'm started like just my passion and that's all. So I'm playing the music and collaborated. I collaborate to my passion, music and war archaeology in
Mhm.
one. And actually, I thought that it will be interested maybe for my friends and just for me, and that's all. Because no one interested about the Great War. Actually, here in Ukraine, 1,000%. So, and I'm just think that okay, let's play music by by me, and that's all.
Okay.
And we started play and playing and recording a song and released an album, and I just saw a huge hype around of it, and I don't understand it. And when we released the second album, it was the too much hype, too much interviews, and I don't understand it again. So, and I'm just didn't believe in it, and I don't understand why. Come on, guys, I'm just playing the music in the way like I love, and with the thematics actually, which I love, and that's all. But no. So here the deal with a major label. Here the a lot of festivals and gigs and collaboration. Come on, maybe I don't understand something.
Mhm.
Maybe I missed something, but actually I don't understand why. So
It's really impressive.
I can't explain you why and how, because I don't understand it. So
Okay. But I think it's a good thing for you and good thing for this kind of band because your thematic is very particular, and I want to know why you choose the Great War in your thematic and not another one.
oh, how I hate this question.
I think
Actually,
I think it's very difficult
through
to.
the years, actually through all those 7 years, I'm just hate this question. Okay, so some around 15 years, I'm a war archaeologist. I'm and actually the First World War. The Great War archaeologist. So I'm digging these dead soldiers. We buried them. I'm a military collector. I'm collected all these helmets, bed buckets. Maybe you can see even some
Okay.
and
Yeah.
some shitty iron stuff behind me. So I'm deactivated all this ammo, shells, grenades, bombs. I'm reading a lot of memoirs, books. I'm traveling across the whole France over 1 month just with my backpack to visiting all those historical places. I'm slept in a big shell hole near the Fort Dumont in France, near the Verdun,
Yeah.
just to got these vibes, just to feel this place, to feel this part of history. I just spent the 3 nights in the big shell hole in the forest. That's all. So I'm totally passionate about it, about Great War, and about this history. But I'm always explain I'm not a fan of mass killing, mass graves, and all this shit about the war. Yeah, I'm totally passionate about the history, about storytelling, about soldiers' fate, about those private life, private story, nor not about propaganda, nor about generals and all this shitty stuff. No, it's
Okay.
all about history.
And how do you manage to put music on this war, on these battles, or this dead man? How do you manage to deliberate this emotion in your music when you talk about the first war?
Oh, I don't know. I just read a lot and I'm visiting a lot of places. Actually, our previous album, The Blind Leading the Blind,
Yeah.
I prepared when I visited France. So
Okay.
I spent 1 month in France and some around 1 week in Belgium, and I went back in Ukraine. I went back to Ukraine with the whole lyrical stuff in my head, with all musical stuff in my head, and with all thematics. And I'm just went back and like, guys, I know how, I know about what, and here's the stories about Major Reynolds, about Fourth War, about Verdun. Let's do it. So I don't know how to explain how I manage it.
Yes. Yeah. It's in you. It's instinctive.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And when you compose, when you do songwriting, you are alone, or the other member could work with you for the music and the lyrics?
It depends. If we talk about lyrics, it's 100% by me.
Okay.
So all thematics, all live events, and all lyrics, it actually my part. If we talk about music, um, mostly I explain some, main parts. I came to my guys and I said, okay, I prepared this lyrics and I saw it in my head like here we must do like some, I don't know, breakdowns or some blast beat, or here it must be those type of riff like blah 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 blah. Can you play it? And my guys, okay, another shitty stuff. Okay, let's try it. Let's try to do it. And
I
they
think
they convert my creepy ideas, and actually not creepy. Let's call it chaotical ideas, uh, in the way of normal music.
so. You do first the lyrics, and
Yes,
after you do the music.
yes, yes.
Okay. It's really
Ideas came first.
okay. It's very rare because a lot of bands do the inverse, but a few bands, not very much, but a few bands, yes, work like you. Um, I think it's very interesting because the music is more immersive. I think.
Actually, I'm always told we are not about music. Nati 14 is not a musical band. We're a historical band, and we are not
Yeah.
about music. We are about stories. We're telling the
Okay.
stories. We're not playing the
Yes.
music.
Okay. Understand.
So
Okay.
that's why when I prepare my story, I bring it to my guys and I explain here the one part, second part. Here there must be some bridge and last part, and they okay.
Okay.
They count it. They trying to make some riffs, and we making a song. So
So we can say the music illustrates your lyrics and your story, like maybe pictures in a book.
yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Yes, I understand the concept. Very
Mhm.
very interesting.
And
So
the samples and other sounds of war, I mix it in the finalized song. I mix it to gives a sort of cinematic vibes. We
okay.
can call it the song like a book, but I gives a lot of different sounds
Mhm.
which came from a different places to make a more music our music to more cinematic.
Okay. So for this third album called Where Fear and Weapons Meet, this album released the 22 of October. So this is
This Friday.
this Friday. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, this Friday by Napalm Records. Could you explain to us what is the concept, what is the story of this third album?
Actually, there's no one story about behind one album. Yeah, uh, 9 stories, and actually, if we count well, 11 stories because we're in and we're out.
Yep.
I counted two. So, but the main reason, because art and the naming of the album, this album about hope, this album about life and will to live. So if we talk about previous album, it was totally about death. Everyone in every song died, so everyone were killed. Just trench, mud, despair, and no hope. Everyone
Okay.
will die because it's war. But here on this album, many our protagonists still alive, became home, went back home and became a hero actually. So it's all about hope.
Okay.
It's all about will to live. I explain you just about one thing about Belgium Armored Car Division. So over 300 of young men came from Belgium to Russia.
Hmm.
You can count from Belgium to Arkhangelsk. You can count in kilometers. Yeah, from Arkhangelsk they came to St. Petersburg. From St. Petersburg, over 300 men with the armored cars, with a bicycle. Fuck, with the bicycles. They came from St. Petersburg to Kiev here in Ukraine. To Kiev.
Okay.
From Kiev, they came to Galicia, actually where we are as a band from, western part of Ukraine, Galicia. And here in western Ukraine, they fought again against Germans, Ottomans troops, and Ukrainians. And after that, they spent here at 2 years. 16 of these Belgians actually buried here in Ukraine near the Ternopil. I visited this small cemetery, but they wanna went back home because they just tired of this war. And Bolsheviks tried to fuck them up, so they destroyed their cars. And from western part, from Galicia, they came to Kiev, from Kiev to Rostov, from Rostov to Caucasus, from Caucasus to Mongolia, from Mongolia to China, from China to through all Trans-Siberian Railroad to Vladivostok. You can imagine this shit.
Yeah.
Wow, from
It's
Vladivostok
incredible.
they came to Alaska, from Alaska through all the United States to San Francisco, New York. They shipping from the New York across the whole ocean. They shipping back to France. Man, it's enormous. I can I
Yeah, it's enormous.
really
It's incredible, and yes,
it's
it's
impressive.
maybe extraterrestrial.
It's impressive. I can understand why everyone do not filmed making films about it, making the books, making the movies. Wow, it's a huge story. It's a huge part of. It's a fucking awesome story. It's about will to live.
And we can notice this up in this album because when I listened to it, I found it more epic
Hmm.
than the previous album.
Hmm.
It's for you a kind of music necessary in order to put a little hope in this war.
Um, if you talk about epic, maybe
Yeah.
not, but I don't know the background. There's some vibes and some feelings behind the album. Yeah, it
Yes, the
gives you.
ambience.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
gives.
Okay. Yes,
It.
behind the yes the ambience. Yes, behind the riff and behind the drums. Okay, I understand. Um, you talk about war in and war out.
Mhm.
So it is two story. We can notice war in war out are in your two previous album.
Mhm.
Could you explain uh, what is there behind this war
Mhm.
in and this war out?
Okay, the war in. It's some kind of entrance to the war. Uh, it's main entrance to the whole album. It gives you vibes, and
Okay.
and you got this vibe. Okay, right now I will hear the next. So it gives you those vibes. Let's call it Hellgates. I don't know. So you enter this war. So when you play this war in, you are totally entered the war,
Okay.
and you go through this war through our album. And when you start to play the war out, it gives you like it finalizes all your vibes, and it's some like departure from the war. You shipping and you you're departed from the battlefield. So you leave all your wounds, all your dead friends, all your medals, and all your braveness, all your fear. You live here on the battlefield, and you are living. So I it's my meaning of it's my understanding of war
Okay.
in, war out.
Um, when you tell the different story, uh, do you respect a chronology of the war or not?
Not actually.
Okay.
Um, if you talk about chronology, yes, in the next album, not this one, but next one, yes. But because I'm already start working with the new album, actually. So,
Yes, that was. This is my next question. I
so
was
yes,
I was sure you are working on the new album yet.
yes, yes. I have a lot of ideas and a lot of stories to talk. Yes.
It's very
So,
interesting.
but if we talk about this album or previous, The Blind Leading, no, it's not about chronology. It's about emotions. So we start from one event with a I don't know, 35% of emotion, and we goes to the next one, and it gives you a higher and a higher and a higher level of emotion, and we finished with the last song, which gives you catharsis. In the previous one album, it was 100 Days Offensive. Here in new album, it named like The Greenfield of Friends.
Before talking about the next album, no, just one question. But I want to know for this album and maybe the previous album, how do you work to do the artwork and the meaning of the artwork
Mhm.
uh, about the lyrics and about the music?
About artwork. Okay,
Yes.
we collaborate this, with this album and the previous one and re-release of our first album, Eschatology War. We collaborate with fucking awesome and great guy from Czech Republic, Vladimir Chebakov. His nickname Smerdulak. He preparing a lot of arts. Actually, he prepared a new Lake of Tears album. So he's a really famous and awesome guy, and I love to collaborate with him because he understands me clearly. I just trying to explain my ideas, and I got it. Okay, I will prepare some sketch and I will send you, and he send me a sketch. Yes, yes, this one good. You got it. So that's why I love to work with him, and I hope we will collaborate in the next one and next one in a long time.
And in the this album, so Warfare and Weapon Myths, Weapon Myths, sorry, um, we can see like if the Reaper help the soldier to stay alive.
Mhm. So the meaning of this scene is some like uh, soldier covered with the mud, with his own blood, lost his some parts of his body. He's in agony, trying to reach out to death. He wounded, he emaciated, and he trying to reach out to death, but death stands near the soldier and do not give him a hand because no, you deserve to live. It's
Okay.
not your time. I will not take you. There's a lot of bodies, dead bodies around of him. They all dead, but he's not. He's deserved to live, and he actually won't accept the death. He reach out to death, but no, death won't take him. And
My,
as you can see, it's not about majors, neither about generals. No, fuck generals.
yes,
It's all about
only soldiers.
only soldiers. It's all about privates.
Yes, but the
Just
soldiers are on the first line,
yes, yes.
not the generals. Generals are in their desk,
Mhm.
quiet,
And
but the soldiers first line.
generals never give a fuck about human lives, so they didn't count even, oh, we lost 10,000. Okay, we'll replace them and with the next 10,000, and
Mm,
we just don't give a fuck, and that's all.
yeah. A question about the next gigs because pandemic was terrible. So
How I hate it.
no festival, no concert, no gigs. So you will be on tour
Mhm.
in Europe for a long, long time because more than
Three
two
months.
months. Yes,
Three.
3 months. Um, do you do you plan an extreme workout in order to try to
Mm,
manage these 3 months of concerts?
Actually, I'm a runner, so I'm always trying to run somewhere in the mountains. I'm really loving hiking in the mountains. So I have my daily workout with running. So I hope it helps. Because some healthy stuff. But actually, we because we're Ukrainians, we're drinking a lot, really a lot as a band. So our bass player have his own production of moonshine. So we have our own band label like 1914 Moonshine. So we always drinking our own alcohol. But I hope but I think if we need to play 3 months in Europe, we must finish with this. And I don't know how actually how to play music
I am,
without alcohol.
for me, I am very happy because the 22 of March you will be on my town, so I could see you in the real life in a few months in Toulouse. So it's very, very good because I never seen you on stage. Um, do you maybe it's soon to this question, but do you prepare the set list or do you know yet which song you will play?
Because of COVID, we never play a normal tour with the blind leading the blind in Europe.
Okay,
Yes, we're playing a lot, even in France, in Belgium, in Germany. We're playing a lot on the big festivals, but with no, we didn't have a normal tour with the blind leading the blind. So that's why I think we will play, if we will have a time, we will play highlight songs from the both albums.
okay. So the
So,
second and the third album.
mhm.
Okay,
So I can tell you, just I don't know a straight playlist, but I think it will be from the blind leading and from new one. We will mix it because
okay.
mostly you will have some around 40-45 minutes, and so something like this, and you can't because our song a little bit lasting a little bit long,
Mhm.
so maybe 6 or 7 song maximum.
Yeah, it's short.
Mhm.
Mm. You talk about the next album.
Mhm.
So uh, you work on it?
Yes, yes. Uh, June, July, August, from August actually.
Oh,
Not even June, July, not even August, from July.
okay.
I'm already start with a new album, and yeah, I can talk clearly about it.
Okay.
It will be about Italian and Austro-Hungarian battlefield
Okay.
in the Alpini Mountains. They call it White War because it was a winter war and they lost enormous amount of people, and it was hard as fuck because Alps, because just rocky
Yes.
mountains, and that's all. And they dig in the holes in those rocks. And fuck, it's just madness actually. And I want to prepare it like a book, not just an album. I want to prepare it like a book, like a diary of the soldier, of Austro-Hungarian soldier who starts here from Galicia
Mm-hmm.
in 1914, and through all these years and all his traveling across Poland, Italian front, captured and went back to Austro-Hungarian Empire. So it will be, you asking about chronological, so this album will be totally with a normal chronology from 1914 to 1918, year by year.
Okay. And do you plan the release, or maybe it's too soon to have a day to have a
Too soon.
too soon? Yeah.
I don't know nothing about next year plans about do we play this tour or not because COVID. Do we play? Will we play a lot of festivals which we
Mm-hmm.
planned or not? I don't know nothing. If we will stuck here again in Ukraine because border will close, so okay, we will start it with a new album.
Okay.
If we will play a lot, sure, we didn't have a time. We will find maximum a few times for our childs and wives, and that's all. But
So,
not for.
and step by step, because you have to play the second album, you have to play the third album, so after you could
Yes.
you work and finish maybe the first album.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My last question. Ukraine is a country with brilliant black metal artists, I think so. Um, what do you think about the Ukrainian black metal scene?
Oh, sure, Ukrainian black metal, some kind of international brand. Everyone, if you are deep into, not even deep, if you are just in listen to black metal, sure, you will know some Drutch bands or
Yeah.
Nocturnal Mortum and a lot of bands. So yes, they are well known in the whole world. Mm, but let me be honest, it's not 100% my music. I'm actually mostly in a little bit different type of music. I'm a fan of noise, industrial music, hardcore punk music. So yes, I'm a fan of black metal stuff like Mayhem, Darktron, Abigor, and a lot of Perfect Bethlehem and a lot of perfect bands. But if we talk about Ukrainian black metal, no, I didn't like actually, and I didn't listen any Ukrainian black metal bands.
Yes, often the black metal in Ukraine, except your band, is maybe more ambient and more war than other band, maybe like Mayhem or Marduk or Abigor, etc.
Mhm.
No, maybe more ambient.
Um,
For example, drugs.
no, I didn't
I,
think so.
okay,
I didn't think so. Just not my cup of tea, and that's all.
okay,
But because I know mostly in the world a lot of, especially in Germany, a lot of people think that Ukrainian black metal it's mostly about Nazis and about mostly about
mm,
NSBM. No, I came from Ukraine. Yes, we have a lot of NSBM
yeah.
bands,
Mm.
but can you show me a country without?
In
Mm,
France too, we have
you,
yes, we
you,
have an SPM
yeah,
band.
you have a peste noir and a lot of black metal bands, and okay, well, it's not okay, but I
Yes,
don't
but
understand. but I don't understand why everyone blame actually Ukraine, you know.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
So okay, Ukrainian black metal is not my cup of tea, but I didn't blame it, and yes, I know and I accepted. Ukrainian black metal is a huge world brand.
And for you, black metal is the kind of music to play, to put music on your idea, on your passion.
I grew up actually as a punk,
Yeah.
yes, but all time I was passionate with the old school black metal.
Okay.
So I know a lot of bands, and I always trying to find a new one. And I love the black metal as style, as genre, as you know, in general. So I can't say that is not my music. But actually, if we talk about my passion, 100% passion, it will be some bands like Merzbow, Masona, or we talk about noise and industrial and martial music. I'm a huge fan of Leibach, Einstürzen, Bauten, and a lot of bands like SPK. So a lot of bands, Trobin Gristle. This is my type of music, you know. Coil, I'm a huge fan of Coil, so something like this.
Okay. So thank you, Ditmar, for this intros of this new album called Where Fear and Weapons Meets. So released the 22 of October via Napalm Records. Hope to see you on stage. So we cross the finger, maybe in March for
Yeah.
me, and have a big success with this new album. But I think it will do.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
hope.
Yes, I think you do. We in the middle of underground metal, we can talk about this album. A lot of friends of mine are very impatient to listen to this
Mhm.
new album. So for me, I'm very lucky because I listen to it. Uh, yes, I listened to it a few times this last month. So it's a very good album. I could say that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Didma, and have a nice evening. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.